In this episode of BC Bestsellers, we'll meet Hosea Smith, the author of The Word Publisher's latest hit, Hosea.
Well, actually, it hasn't really been much of a hit. In the last 12 years, I haven't sold a single copy in Israel.
Nevertheless, it's a powerful story of love triumphing over evil. But it's no fairy tale.
Yeah, that's right. My first 3 chapters depict my marriage to my wife Gomer, and the last 11 chapters prophesy about the age-old romance between Israel and the Lord.
I found the autobiographical part very intriguing. So, you felt called to marry Miss Gomer Baker, even though you knew she had the heart of a prostitute?
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't my idea. God told me to marry Gomer, so that's what I did.
Pardon me, but I don't understand God's reasoning. After all, God hates prostitutes.
Well, I can't speak for God. Okay, well, actually, I can. Never mind, that's not the point. The point is that the Lord loves sinners. I mean, look at his relationship with Israel. I'm pretty sure that's why God asked me to marry Gomer, was to portray his marriage with Israel.
But your marriage almost failed. Your wife cheated on you multiple times and eventually left you. What does that have to do with Israel?
See, like Gomer, Israel cheated on her husband, God.
But the relationship between God and Israel is way different than your marriage to Gomer.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. God's commitment to Israel is much deeper and longer lasting than mine to Gomer. But still, the reactions to adultery were still the same. Knowing that Gomer wasn't interested, wasn't satisfied, wasn't impressed with me, it really made my blood boil. And I can tell you this, that God is just as mad over Israel's idolatry and social injustices.
Yes, the last 11 chapters of your book make it clear that God is very angry over Israel's spiritual unfaithfulness. What do you see in Israel's future?
Oh, well, like my book discusses, there's going to be a day of consequences. And if Israel doesn't straighten up, she's going to find herself divorced and alone. But remember, what's fueling God's anger is his love for Israel. In fact, God's going to do whatever is necessary to win her back. God is more than willing to forgive Israel if she'll just repent.
Just like you forgave Gomer. Speaking of which, are you and her back together now?
Well, can't some things be left to a prophet's personal life?